Gemini. Let's have a look at your overall energies towards your professional life in the coming few days of August, and then we'll have a look at the future. All right, Gemini. Okay. So, Gemini, I see a lot of you being able to release some kind of fears or trying to finally face your fears, facing the truth of a situation. I see you as I see a completion. So, a lot of you, there could be Gemini's a completion in your professional life. Okay. Maybe you're shifting from one job to another, closing out a business and starting a new business, restarting something, anything. Okay. But I do feel that even though you're facing your fears for what it is, Gemini, at the same time, you're kind of trying to trust your intuition and stay very balanced. It's not like you're closing one and opening another. It's like right now you're trying to subside your anxiety, subside your fears. Okay. But you're still not ready to make a choice. You're still staying in the middle. Could be like a phase in your business is getting over just a phase. Okay. And you're not prepared about what comes next. In your feelings, I see a sense of rigidity. I see you very upset and disappointed, but I see you is very, very stuck, very rigid. It's a very one sided perspective. There's a lack of surrender. There's a lack of surrender. There's a lack of like letting go. Let's see where this goes. Go with the flow. Surrender to universe. Like let's just keep going. There's a lack of being able to see things from a different point of view or a different perspective. I think you're still not 100% sure that you want to be independent from the flock and do something different. You're not open to a bigger vision. You're still thinking small. You're still playing safe in your feelings, whereas you should be cutting the situation off, and moving forward. There's a sense of dependency here, okay, in your feelings. You may be dependent, you may be too scared to rock the boat. Whatever you're doing right now in your feelings, there's a lack of pause. It's like on your mind, you want to release the fear, okay? But in your feelings, you're like, no, I'm still going to play safe. I'm still not ready to play big. This could be opening yourself up to overseas opportunities. This could be opening yourself up, to. This is not the time to just sit idly, okay, and watch the time pass by. But that's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. This is the time to act on your dreams and start making those big moves, okay? But you're not. So, although something out here is closing out, Geminis, in your professional life, I feel for right now, you're giving up. You're admitting defeat. You're admitting the fact that, okay, you know what? I surrender. I can't do that anymore. Or you know what? I can't take up that new job. You know what? I can't take up that new venture. Because you are either holding on to your pride and ego, or you have a set of beliefs in your head which may not be aligning with other people. But I think whatever you're sacrificing right now, you shouldn't be. There is a new beginning available to you, but whatever new beginning is available to you when it comes to your career, it's going to expect you to cut out outdated belief systems. No more outdated thinking. No more, oh, that is not possible. Oh, how can I do this? Okay, we're in 2024. And your thought process is more like in the 1980s and 70s. Don't do that. A lot of things have changed, and outdated belief systems, preconceived notions, all of them have to go. It's time to take that risk. It's time to be fearless. It's time to take a risk, leap of faith, and move towards the next chapter of your life, which may be very, very different from what you have been pursuing all this while. It may be very different from what you're pursuing all this while. Okay. But yeah, you seem to be pretty firm on no, you know what? I don't think I can do that. You're coming off as emotionally biased. Yeah, you're releasing the fears and there is an opportunity for sure. Okay, so on your mind is to release the fears and think, consider, reconsider an opportunity which I feel has long term potential, but you haven't made up your mind yet. Like at least you're accepting that, okay, there is an opportunity out here which can be fulfilling. Yeah, see? But in your feelings, there is ego. In your feelings, you're missing opportunities out here. You're not really being the hero. You're not leading your professional life out here. You're following. You're a follower right now in your feelings, okay? Because again, you feel it's too scary for you to break the mold. I'm definitely getting it's time for you to do something very, very creative, okay? Something very, very different from what people usually do, but you're not ready to do it. You're going to have to confront the situation with a lot of logic and put the emotions on the side. The focus should be logic, but your focus is more of emotions. So you're stagnant in your feelings. See, I told you for right now, looks like you're moving on. There is an opportunity out here, but looks like you're still moving towards something boring. You're still moving towards something that is predictable. You're still moving towards which you're not even enthusiastic about anymore. It's like, oh God, okay, fine, I'll go back again and I'll start doing that again. Yeah, see, you're giving up too soon. Only because of fears. You have a lot of fears. You have a lot of illusions that something that you really, really want may not work out. And like I said, it could be something creatively very, very different. So whatever you're going back towards, that's how I'm going to put it. You're not moving towards the new. You're convincing yourself, you've convinced yourself that wherever I am, it's the best. It will work out eventually. I don't know when it will work out. So there's a very strong sense of hope within. So you're not hopeful. You don't have clarity out here that you can move towards your wish, your desire, your something that really makes you happy. You've convinced yourself, Gemini, that whatever you're doing, it's the right thing. So now there's a sense of rigidity out here in your hopes, you know. So I feel you're still very hurriedly, without any passion, without any enthusiasm, without that sense of excitement. You're just hysterical, impatient, and panicking and moving back to what you used to. I mean, whatever risk you have to take, you're too scared. You're too scared. What's the future for Gemini? Moving on from now, rather than moving on, let's just say moving back for now, going back. You open the door, you see beautiful opportunities in front of you, it looks good, you're dreaming about it, but then you're like, if I want those opportunities, I've got to go ahead, I've got to put both my feet out, and I've got to close the door behind. And once the door closes, there's no looking back. But you're wanting to keep that door behind open, right? And that's not possible. So what you do is you take both your feet back inside and shut the door for now. It's like, no, I'm not looking there for right now. Self-limiting beliefs. You don't believe you can make it happen. And whatever you are in Gemini, a transformation is important. Something's got to change in a big way. Whatever you're pursuing right now, Gemini, it's come to an end. You know, that phase has come to an end and there's got to be big changes, but you're not being able to do it. Any kind of transformations, any kind of, for some of you, it could be very, it could be very different. Like a lot of you may have to stop, if you're a woman, you may have to stop working and you may look at getting married. It could be even like that. I don't know how, I can't give so many different possibilities, but that's just one possibility I felt the need to say. Advice for Gemini. See, what's the frustration? The frustration and the delay out here is because you're coming up as old school. The frustration and delay is because you're coming up as very rigid and firm in what you think is right. You could be holding on to your safety and security. But for the sense of safety and security, you are sticking to the box and you're not thinking out of the box. And you're still juggling two ideas. Yep. Still putting in all the work into a situation that seems like over and done with. A cycle in your life, a chapter in your life, in your professional life is over. You need to move on to the next chapter of your life. But I do feel, Gemini, you don't, you're a little afraid. You're a little afraid to start something new. In your professional life, you've got the missing piece of the puzzle. So one puzzle is over, you move on to the next. But what you're doing is you're kind of assuming that you didn't find the missing piece of the puzzle and you want to still keep solving it because you love this puzzle. That's what I'm getting.